Travis Etienne last year, 267 rush attempts, 1,008 yards, 11 touchdowns, 58 receptions on 73 targets, 476 yards, and 1 touchdown through the air. Thoughts on Travis Etienne?
There's another guy, Travis Etienne, I do like, right? There's really not a guy behind him. They thought it might be Tank Bigsby. There's still some rumors that the Jags have some belief in him, but I'm not necessarily seeing that. I'm not a Bigsby fan. Like, I watched him plenty at Auburn, and I was just not blown away. So I think we're going to be looking kind of more the same, but what we really need is his efficiency to pop up. Like, this guy could really pop if his efficiency jumps up from the 3.78 yards per carry and gets into that 4.1, average, kind of that elite running back space of over 4 yards per carry, and you're taking 267 attempts last year. I think you could see something similar if he's staying healthy, right? Somewhere in that 250 to 260 type range. Um, and if his efficiency goes up, you take his 1,000 yards, and it's going to jump up to close to 1,200 yards again. Saw plenty of receptions, 58. Like, Trevor Lawrence trusts him out of the backfield, so you get a nice blend. 12 total touchdowns last year. I think that's going to be pretty consistent again with what we see. I like a lot about this Jags offense, but Doug is going to set this through the run. Like, he likes to run the football. He knows how to air it out, and he knows how to scheme up the passing game. But he does like to run it. And Etienne, at the age of 25, like, this is the prime of his career, most likely here in this season, next season type deal. So this is his window, and I think we could see very similar numbers, close to 1,600 all-purpose yards, another 12 touchdowns. That puts him kind of back in that top 5 conversation.
ETN here, I think he's return value. I'm going to be honest. I think out of there's probably only one, maybe two of the guys we're going to talk about today that I don't know that they could be RB1 when it's all said and done, like RB1 overall when it's all said and done. I wouldn't be surprised if ETN is there. I think he's my fringe second guy. We're going to talk about the other guy here coming up, but I think he will finish in RB1 territory, right? In the top 12, but one overall, I don't know that he has that ability. But I could be very, very wrong on that.
Kevin, you hit the nail pretty much right on the head as far as, it was not an efficient back last year. And a lot of that, the Jaguars had a very poor offensive line last year as well, right? Like, when it came through, a lot of times they'd hand the ball off, and Travis Etienne had somebody in his pocket while he was, taking the handoff in a lot of those. So not a lot in the, yards after contact, even be able to make it to the line and break through on that one. So, there is, and from what it looks like, the Jaguars haven't really gone out there to make big improvements on the offensive line there as well. So this is one of those that I don't know that we're going to see a lot more of efficiency. We'll see some of these efficiencies creep up and see some of that rock and roll through there. But this is a guy that will see, between his rushing attempts and his passing work, see over 300 attempts and 300 opportunities throughout the season. So there's certainly a lot of opportunity for yards and a lot of opportunity for touchdowns in there as well. So wouldn't surprise me to see, at the end of the season, we look up and he's in that 1,400 yards, from scrimmage type of deal, and again, double-digit plus touchdowns. So this is a guy that certainly kind of seems like you're drafting him at his floor a little